You're watching WGRZ, TV2, Buffalo, New York. Now, from your 24-hour news station, this is Channel 2 News, Nightside.
You could see it, trouble brewing over Lake Erie, and it was moving this way. And once it hit the shoreline and moved inland, a terrible storm leaving destruction in its path. Good evening, I'm Lori Lasowski. Don Postles is on special assignment. As Channel 2 News has been reporting all evening, some severe weather has rumbled through most of our area. Channel 2 News meteorologist Don Paul is keeping a close eye on the situation and joins us now with the latest. Don.
Well, Lori, as we told everybody at 6 o'clock, this was, in my judgment, the most potent severe weather threat we faced around here in a couple of years, and it has really borne itself out. The tornado watch for western New York has now ended, and there are no warnings immediately in effect. But we are watching a new cluster of fairly strong but not yet severe thunderstorms from Long Point and just southeast of London across Lake Erie. These are moving east at about 45 miles an hour. So although the threat of truly violent storms has been reduced, there is still some threat for severe weather to reoccur in parts of Chautauqua and perhaps southern Erie County during the next 2 hours. I'm going to be coming back with a complete new forecast for you and the latest on any severe weather potential in just a few minutes in First Weather. Lauren?
Okay, Don, we'll see you then. The National Weather Service reports tonight funnel clouds were spotted near the Chautauqua Institute, near the Jamestown Airport, in Killbuck, New York, and in Carrollton in Cattaraugus County. There are many reports of damage throughout parts of our area tonight, the heaviest to the south of Buffalo. Channel 2 News Nightside reporter Steve Keeley has more on the damage there tonight.
There's no question it was a funnel.
Head for cover. I can't believe this is happening.
When Michelle Zampona and her family did realize what was happening, they didn't hesitate deciding what to do next.
When we were sitting down here eating dinner, my dad rang the phone. We answered real quick. He said, "You better look out your back window. It looks like we have a heck of a storm coming." And I run over to the back window, and I can see a funnel cloud coming across the field there. So I grabbed the wife and kids, and we run down cellar. We were down cellar about 10 minutes. We came back upstairs. Then we looked out the window and noticed that, all the pine trees were gone, and the neighbor lost his barn.
I saw it forming, and then I just wanted to get down cellar as fast as possible.
What were you thinking when you were down there?
I hope it doesn't blow the house away.
We were nervous. The kids, trying to keep the kids calm because it was kind of nerve-wracking. They were scared. You kind of sick to your stomach. Nobody wanted supper after that.
Across the street from the Zampona's farm, parts of Jack Henderson's barn were tossed about a half a mile away from its foundation. This was all that was left. 2 horses inside the barn's basement were killed. Fortunately for Henderson and his family, they weren't home at the time the tornado hit, tearing apart huge trees in their yard and tossing his trailer.
Yeah, we lost 2 horses, and we put most of our farm equipment in today because of the bad weather, so that was how it went down.
Where were the horses?
They were in the basement of the barn. They had come in just seconds before it hit.
And would the barn just get picked up and tossed?
Part of it's out in the field. The major portion of it just completely dropped, and the back wall is out in the back field somewhere.
Steve Keeley reporting from Chautauqua County. The punch from the storm is not quite as powerful in Erie County. Still, many communities watched as lightning downed trees and power lines, creating one big mess. This was the damage done in the village of Springville. Trees knocked down, power lines snapped, leaving residents with nothing but candlelight and work crews with the job of repairing the mess. Some neighbors stood and watched as the thunderstorm ripped through.
Sparks flying every which way and rain coming down every which way, and it seemed for a minute almost like there was going to be a tornado.
No tornadoes were confirmed, but the scene was similar north into Orchard Park. Live wires left smoldering. Crews working to restore that lost power. And this is what Hamburg resident Joe Claywon found in his front yard.
Right here, we heard the lightning come down, and it hit the tree up there, which just ripped the light. Sounded like a cannon going off, and the whole house shook.
Authorities say many residents are still without power in several communities tonight, and it could be a while before it's back on. Here's a late update on those power outages. In Erie County, power is out in portions of Holland, East Aurora, Concord, Lancaster, and West Seneca. The juice should be back on again soon. In Chautauqua County, several thousand are without power. Some may be without electricity there for at least 24 hours. The storm causing other problems across the state. There are unconfirmed reports that a tornado hit the state fair in Syracuse. The roofs of some horse barns were torn right off. No reports of serious injury there. Plus, severe damage is being reported in Allegheny State Park. Severe weather tonight in other parts of the country as well. At least 8 people are known dead and 50 homes destroyed in northern Illinois tonight. A series of tornadoes whipping through the area. 165 people are being treated for injuries at hospitals there. And meteorologist Don Paul is joining us now with more on tonight's weather. It seems like everyone in the Northeast and the Great Lakes getting hit in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, in fact, we have an update from the National Weather Service that the death toll in Illinois is up to 10 now, and that's minimal. And while we are through, I believe, with the threat of the tornadic thunderstorms that we had earlier, which sounds like a highfalutin term, but it's fairly common in what I do for a living, we still do have to contend with the threat of more severe weather without any official watches up for areas primarily south of Buffalo. And I'll show you again on radar where that threat still exists. The tornado watch has expired for western New York and for northern Pennsylvania as well. Our statistics for today are high reading occurring late in the afternoon, and that heating adding to the instability. That is the tendency of this atmospheric humidity to rise into towering thunderstorms. That high temperature reached late, 81, the low 66, 45 of an inch of rain. We lose a couple of minutes, in fact 3 minutes of daylight for tomorrow. There are the lake water temperatures, Lake Erie up to today, 74. At 11 o'clock, cloudy skies at the airport, 72 degrees, 81%. The humidity is high. We still have southwest winds. The cool front, which will bring us relief and tranquility, is not anywhere near through yet. 15 miles an hour, gusting to 22. The barometer is rising, 29.74. And here it is, right behind my jacket. I should have gotten out of the way in advance. This is a system of complexes of thunderstorms, which we study in atmospheric science papers, but this is just one of the most...
Down the barricades will begin. Diane Buckner, CTV News, Shadow